Oh boy, man. Yeah, getting back into things is quite something. So I took a week off just because I needed to recalibrate, and also it was 4th of July, so I thought it was a good idea. I did start streaming almost right away. As soon as I got back, and suddenly I just had issues with Twitch, and I'm not too sure what the heck's going on, so I'm going to figure out with that. And Twitch, for some reason, hasn't been working for me when I try to do the dual streaming thing with YouTube and Twitch, but that's neither here nor there. You guys are not here to hear my problems, or maybe you guys are, and you guys just seem to enjoy this little schadenfreude. But anyways, I hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. It is Friday, and it is time for WarBotNiX Topics. And to be honest, I kind of want to actually talk about my first impressions of Mecha BREAK. So it's been over a week now since Mecha BREAK came out, and honestly, I've been having a blast. Aside from Uma Musume, it's probably like it's basically the other game that's keeping me up at night, if you can believe it. And there's just a lot of things I love to do in this game that's just not combat. It's like the character creation, the mecha design thing here. As you can see, while I'm talking, and you probably hear the noise, I do apologize if it's too loud. But I kind of like to want to talk while I'm, playing the game and being productive. It makes me feel like I'm making progress. But yeah, this is actually, to me, one of the biggest bosses in the game, and that's, well, the character customization and everything. But I will say this, I am working on an actual review. This will be my first, scripted review with all my notes and everything, reading from it, and just trying to get all the key information I want to get out there, just so I'm not missing anything. So yeah, because freeforming is definitely nice because, kind of like WarBotNiX Topics, I get to, speak what's on my mind and unfiltered. But in this case, there are some great things about this game, as I mentioned before, but there are some worrying fundamentals that really need to be addressed. So, one of the few jokes I like to make is that Mecha BREAK flew out the gate, onto the road, hit the road running, but straight into a crossroad. And I'm going to mention this in my review, and that's a couple things. One is there are some missed opportunities in this game. So I did listen to the interview with Chris Kwan, I believe his name is, the executive. They went ahead and took away the ability to change out the mech's kits, so the customization you're doing on your mech, sure, they'll change some of the geometry on it, but it doesn't have any sort of meaningful effect on how your mech works. So where there's an actual effect on your stats is your mods. So as you can see here. But it's just one of those things where it's basically give and take sort of thing, and it only works in Mash Mech, the extraction shooter part of it, which actually that's good. That's actually the one thing I'm very happy with, because that takes a lot of the edge off of the sort of potential pay to win aspect. And that's another thing too. So all these mods and everything, you can sell them into the Matrix Marketplace, as well as anything else you unlock. So they do have a Diablo style marketplace, but you use premium currency. So yeah, as you can see, I did buy premium currency because I do want to support this game and I want to look pretty, okay? So yeah, I just hope that they do not put too many I don't know. Something about this marketplace makes me feel a little uneasy, and I can't put my finger on it. And I do hope that they manage it properly. So that's the sort of pay-to-win aspect I think people were a little bit worried about. The other sort of pay-to-win thing is this Matrix contract. Here's the thing, 13 bucks for a mech and a boost to your mission tokens for missions and mash mech and all that, and also you get free cargo rocket pods. Yes, that is definitely an advantage, and there's definitely some material advantage too. Especially in the extraction shooter part of it. And it does unlock your matrix selections area here as well, I believe. So you do get access to more things, but at the end of the day, it's not affecting the actual ranking PvP side of it. So again, I can't really say it's pay to win, but definitely a pay to for convenience and pay to advance aspect of it. So depending on where your threshold is on pay to win, I think it might go either way on that front. So, in my opinion, this game is not pay to win yet. Because, let's face it, Inferno has problems. And Stellaris can just, I don't know. Yeah, it can go away. I believe the term is, it can go fuck itself. Alright, and then there is another thing too. I actually had 2 friends stop playing this game after about a week. Because basically the game, the only way to get these pieces of currency and all that, and also work on like missions and stuff, you have to play the ranked. So it's not like in World of Warships, you can just go into random and just play, and you still, get that feeling of you can casually just keep, building up your currency, your experience points, and your progression in a line. Whereas in this case, if you really do not feel like, if you just want to just play casually and not worry about too much about like your rank, you go into casual mode, you're not going to get anything out of it, unfortunately, except for an experience. Although casual mode is good practice, I'd say. So if you just want to practice and get good with a suit, and this is like your first time using a suit, and not completely jump yourself into the fire pits, I'd say go for it. But in any case, there's almost no reason to do casual mode. So, yeah. And the last thing is that they were kind of hoping for a PvE mode. So right now there's no story campaign. The story is meh at best. It's just a setup. And I think that's where actually a huge disconnect is too. With this expensive piece of bundle thing. Where is it? Ace Recruitment. I'm not paying $48 for this. I don't know if they did any testing or asked any questions about the pricing for a unique character plus a golden falcon. I cannot justify $48 for this. And you know what's even worse? This game released right on and right before Steam Summer Sale. So you can get a lot of games with $48. I'm just saying. So yeah, like, there's no emotional or lore attachment to Leonie Fiver. She's cool looking, I like her animations and all that, and I love the mech because there's actual geometry that's not found on the regular Falcon. But at the same time, to me, it just does not seem worth it. I do hope this is just them testing waters, and I do hope not enough people buy it to make them go like, okay, this is not worth it. We need to rethink our strategy. But if this is viable, and this is the perceived value that is created by Amazing Season Games, we're gonna have future problems. It's kind of like in Nikkei, the gacha skins. Like, it's like $50 for a skin. Because, let's face it, you're not getting it within the first couple rolls. Alright, anyways, but yeah, that's actually my first impressions of this game so far. Like, the game is smooth, and as I said, I'm working on an actual review for this game because I mean, as you can tell, I love mecha. I love what they did here, and I do want to appreciate all the passion and pretty much everybody who came together to help contribute to this game. So Takayuki, Junya, Hiroyuki Sawano, like, these are some big guys from the Gundam sphere and Mecha sphere of design and music, and not to mention many others as well that I can't think of off the top of my head right now because, as I said, this is just an unfiltered talking segment. But anyways, I hope everyone, as I said, is having fun this summer with gaming. Like and subscribe, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, please. I completely forgot about the PvE stuff anyway. But, you know what? I'll leave that for my review. Take care, guys.